Hello, welcome back to Train Simulator, fellas. I'm bringing to you a new video a new content from the fellas at New Zealand Train Sim. These guys are known for the Midland route that they put out and the JA, which we have up here on the front of our train today, but they have recently launched their own website and store page so that you can go and directly support them, which I wholeheartedly support. And to kick things off, they put out a new pack. They call it it's like a gravel wagon pack, like a hopper pack. It's a maintenance away pack for my American friends. It's a maintenance away pack. So these are essentially ballast hoppers. That's what it is, a ballast hopper pack. But they're ballast hoppers, and they actually are functioning. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show it, I don't think. But they are functioning. They dump out the ballast on the tracks here, and then they got these little plow cars that'll come along and spread it out. So really neat. Kind of a neat little gimmick that we never really see much of in train simulators in general. We just never see much maintenance away stuff to go with the maintenance of the railroad. It's always just here's a mainline locomotive, here's main freight, passenger, stuff like that, but you never see the actual maintenance stuff. So it's a really cool, neat idea. Now, I have a problem with the pack right now. So, it comes with a compatibility pack. And this is just my forewarning. I have not talked to the developers yet. I'll have to talk to them and see see if perhaps if it's a bug on my end, if it's a bug in the pack, if it's something. But right now, it comes with a compatibility pack for the JA, and then both sets of DJs. So you get a DJ with the Midland line, and then there's a DJ livery pack. So it's 3 separate compatibility packs for their 3 available locomotive sets. And they do not work. So I've tested it with the DJ. I don't own the livery pack for the DJ, so I didn't get to test that one out. But for the JA and the Midland DJ, with the compatibility pack installed, I have no function over the locomotives whatsoever, and the only thing I can do is get the blades on the plow cars to lift up and down, which is a feature. They're supposed to do that. The plows do come up, go down. They are animated. I could not get the gravel cars to unload, and like I said, I had no function over the locomotive whatsoever. I could not operate it, period. No sounds, no function, no HUD, no nothing. And I tested it with the DJ, I tested it with the JA. When I uninstall the compatibility and reinstall the compatibility on the DJ, I got my sounds back, but still I have erratic function. So like my brakes would bell off and then immediately start applying again, even though the brake handle's completely shut off. And then the sounds would just disappear after a second. The JA, I had no difference whatsoever. I still had no sounds, no function, no nothing. So I had to install the compatibility pack. And I don't know if any of the functions are still going to work, so I probably won't be able to show that portion of this new pack off. But I still thought they were pretty cool enough to be doing a video on, because like I said, we never see maintenance way stuff added in. We've been getting a lot of never before seen in train simulator stuff lately, like Machine Rail just did their 040, their little dockside switcher, which we've never seen for the US. We've seen a lot of for British content, but we've never seen it for the US. There's really no, I don't want to say no interest in switchers, but typically people are always wanting the big, well-known, big boy, GS4, Daylight, J11, stuff that has been done time and time and time again, but that's what everybody and their mother wants. So a lot of the cool stuff tends to get overlooked, like this, maintenance away. A vital part of railroad operations, regardless of country. So we're going to take a look at that. And another forewarning, the pack says it comes with like 65 some odd different variants and configurations total of each of all the cars. I do not have all 65 down because we would be spending all freaking day making a video if I were to go through each and every configuration. So I'm not gonna go through each and every one of them. But I do have a set of cars here, and just about all of them are in a different setup, a different config, to kind of give an idea of what each and every one can and will do, and the different options. Now, I'm not a huge New Zealand guy. I focus more on US, Mexican, and Canadian railroading myself. That's typically my area, and I'm pretty fresh into the Mexican railroading. But so I don't know a whole lot about the New Zealand railroading. I really didn't even have much of an interest in it until these guys put out the JA class, because most of you know I'm big on steam locomotives. I really could. Outside of high hood diesels, I really don't like diesels overall. I don't get much enjoyment out of running them. But I love steam locomotives, and they pushed out the JA, and my interest for New Zealand railroading blossomed, because that is an excellent model. I'll have to do a video on later on. But we're not focusing on that today. We're focusing on this. So I had to pick this up because, like I said, I like the steam locomotives first off. So my interest in New Zealand grew, and I like to diversify my packs for or diversify the different countries that I've got. So I had to pick this up. And I love the developers. They do a great job. They do excellent work. So I'd love to be able to directly support a developer. I don't have to go through a third party like Dovetail or Steam. Most of you know my opinion of Dovetail these days is pretty low. So I like to be able to directly support the developers. So it's awesome that these guys are putting this out on their own. But let me pull up my notes here. So we're going to start from the back, or start from the last car, work our way forward. Kind of, some of our others are back here, but to kick things off, you get a 30-foot plow van. Now, I believe these are built off of old cabooses. What do you guys call them? Brake vans? Brake vans. My notes are somewhere. Brake vans, yeah. I'm an American. These are cabooses to me, but these are built off of old caboose. I'm calling them caboose, but they're cool. And these are the only car in the pack that really doesn't get much configurable options, because they're pretty standardized across the board. So plows facing both directions, but interior is pretty much the same. But you will get a clean and a weather variant, so we got a clean one back here. I personally like the clean one better, and I'll show you why in a second. But clean, it's a pretty good looking car overall. Again, same interior. Now let's hop back up here to our main set. I got something funky going on with the corners here. It's very blurred and angled. It's very noticeable. And it's only on the one end. I don't know if it's just a walk with the texture file or what, but that's my only, that's one of only two real complaints I have with these cars. The other complaint is, it's more of a request for feature, but these have an interior, but you almost can't see it without turning your contrast bright lighting up, because yeah, it's dark in here. There's no light, there's no opening windows, no doors, no sliding doors, there's nothing. So you really can't see it, but these do have an interior for adjusting the plows and such. No seats or nothing, just the doodads for adjusting your plows for how you need them. But yeah, the weathering job on the frame and the wheels and such is outstanding. That's just that little corner right there is kind of wonky. I feel like it wasn't supposed to end up like that. But yeah. Next up, we've got a, what are these called? Ah, I'm skipping a brake van. Whee! Hold up. Let me come back here so we can hear myself talk for a second. Because that's a lot. JA's loud. But we have an oxide red 20-foot brake van. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'll come back here. We'll start back here. Here's a red. The regular red. And we have a Ohio blue. I butchered that. I know I did, but I had tried. Ohio blue. And then the typical red of the Midland. These are 20-foot brake vans that have been converted into guards vans. Are they guards vans? Brake vans? Anyway, they've been converted into plow cars as well. Now these have options. This is where the options start to show up. So the plow can be changed. The plow only points in one direction on these models. So unlike this, where we've got them facing both ways, you can only face one way. So you do have plow options. First off. Second off, these end doors, or these end walls, can be changed. So you have the option of with or without windows. So you can see with the windows. That oxide red car up there also has them, but with windows, and then without windows. So get that option. And what other options do we get with these? End wall windows, plow direction, number options, and then the liveries. So these have an interior too. The interior does function. I did manage to get the plow to actually lift up and down. That much I have managed to get to work. And the little crank here will spin, and the plow here will go up and down. So that's cool. It's a neat little object. And then yeah, they got a pretty cool interior. And it's I like the 20s better than the 30s over here, because the 20s, they've got these big old sliding doors on the side that they lift open so that you can actually like see. There's some lighting in here so you can kind of see the detail of the interior, which is really, really cool. Now, these also have a weathered, unweathered variant. I put the unweathered down because I like them better. But yeah, got that one, blue one. Blue one's awesome looking. I love that blue. And then, woo! We got an oxide red here. I'll look at it while I'm not talking. Got it. Cool. Let's run away. Like I said, JAs are loud. In a minute, I have the JA hooked up because I haven't gone through and uninstalled the compatibility fact for the DJ, and my only other option for New Zealand is the DAs from Machine Rail, and it's just as loud as the JA, and I like steam locomotives better, so I got that down to run it so that we can hear the rolling sounds. But next up, we've got, what do we call it? A YF Ballast Wagon. So, this is the third of the ballast cars you'll get. These have the so this and this are I think the same platform, same basic car, just with a different plow or a different dumping configuration. So the YF ballast cars, the dumps are outward, outside the rail, and then these are YCs. We'll get to those in a second, but The dumps are on the outside here. They go outside the rail, and you have different dump configurations, newer and older. And then you can pre or post TMS numbering. I don't know what that means. I have no honest clue, not gonna lie. You have different handrail configurations that can be changed. Different hopper sizes. I didn't do it for these, but like I said, I'm pretty sure these are the same basic cars. So, but you can get a high wall and a low wall, high wall. Boom, boom. Same thing for these cars back here. These can do that as well. So you get that option. Hand grab, already put axle box. You get plain bearing or roller bearing axle boxes. Triple valve selection. I have no idea what these are, but they exist, so you can change the valves from original and modern. Yeah. So you can change the valves. Don't know what they are, but you can change them. So, and then you have weathered and unweathered of all of these. And what else we get? District selection. You can select the district. Sure. I have no idea what that means either. But yeah, another option you can change up on the YFs. So next we got the YCs. Now these pretty much have the exact same options. So pre and post TMS numbering, and then numbers, high and low sided hopper, hand grabs, axle box, triple valve selection, and district. So all of that can be changed on these as well. Like I said, I got a low sided here, high side here. Pretty significant change there, but and then handrails, all that fun such. Somebody's coughing back here. They're not there. Entertaining. But getting a little closer, so we'll hop back here to the unemptied cars. Lastly, we've got the, what are these? YC? YC. Right? Am I crazy? I'm sorry, I have trouble keeping up with their letters. So you guys use letters. We don't. Not YCs. YB3s. That's what these are. YB3s. So these have a ton of options. So you get loaded, unloaded. I should say that for all these hoppers. You get unloaded, loaded, and then animated. You have the animated car placed down if you want to do the animations. Otherwise you have loaded, unloaded, and then animated. And then weathered of all of that, and then pre and post TMS numbering of all of that as well. So that's an option for all the hoppers. And then yeah, so these you can change. There's, I believe, 3 different hopper heights. I do. So starting off, we got this. It's just it's angled all the way up, and we got this. This actually adds a little steel band all the way around. A little bit taller, not drastic, but enough that you notice. And then wooden board extensions, the more drastic of the differences. So that can be changed. And then numbers, obviously, displayed numbers. And then frame and spring selection. So original and modernized. Coil springs, leaf springs. Coil, leaf, that changes. And what else gets to change? Oh yeah, walkways. With or without a walkway. Oh goodness me. So all that can be changed on these. Makes for kind of a cool like variety and hoppers going on here. It makes it so that it seems like it's a pretty large pack. So, you know, yeah, it's the same car in itself, base car. Pretty much, you know, one car you're getting. What is this, like 1, 2, 3, 4? I don't know. There's a ton of configurations. It'll take me a second. I don't do math very well off the fly in my head, but ton of different configurations that you can do. So it makes a pack pretty large overall. Again, excellent detail work. I love their couplers. I really do. They actually take the time to really do their couplers right. They look realistic. They look believable, which is all too often avoided in Train Simulator, if I'm perfectly honest. So, really decent. Really decent. So let's hear him roll. Let me hop up here in my J. It's okay, I didn't like hearing anyway. So. Cutter brakes. Reverse your forward. Bells, whistles, all the fun functions of the JA class. Alright. Cutter brakes. Brake to running. So these cars are really cool. Really cool. I love the different sounds. I'm going to stay back here so that we can avoid the ambience of this locomotive's different sounds. We're here to listen to those cars. That's what I'm looking for. Let's cut in. cutting some brakes here. That's cool. You can hear the air going through the brake lines. I think that's what that is anyway. So yeah. My hearing. That's okay, I don't like it anyway. Here we go. But yeah. This sounded really cool. It sounded quite decent for a developer to have done proper rolling stock sounds. That's something that gets overlooked way too often, is decent rolling stock sounds. Ouch. But yeah, like I said, decent rolling stock sounds. It just it gets overlooked so often. These sound quite decently, quite nice. Nice braking sounds, nice kind of ambient rolling. That groaning sound, that like creaking groaning sound. It's cool, but I feel like it cuts in at too perfect of an interval. It's not randomized enough, but it's a cool sound, it really is. Then the air going through the lines, I imagine that's what the hissing sound is, air going through all of our brake lines as you apply the brakes. That's pretty neat. So yeah, really nice sounding, really nice. So you can kind of hear the brakes letting loose there. Making for a pretty cool sound. So yeah, pretty decent sounding as we pick up steam and fly away. I'm not sure which car. I think it's these. The like ambient rolling is a little overpowering, I think. You can almost hear it over the sound of the locomotive. It's kind of loud, but yeah. Can't hear anything over this thing. Oops. Oh well, we hit emergency. Probably gonna slam right into those. So I'm just gonna pause it right here because you can clearly see I'm gonna slam into that. Running this locomotive while trying to do a video is a little bit of a wild hassle. I find it a little easier than running the DJs. I haven't fiddled around with diesels as much. I will give credit where it's due. It's probably just because I fiddle with steam locomotives more often, but yeah, before I plow into that and end up in the scenario anyway. That's it. That's the latest and greatest from NZTS in New Zealand. The guys at New Zealand Train Sim. A new work train bundle, maintenance away bundle. It's really, really cool. Really quite neat. Overall, I like it. I highly recommend at least going and checking it out. You know, like I said, it's nice to be able to directly support some devs that, you know, prove that they actually care about their stuff. These guys are real cool guys. So go check them out. I'll post a link up in the description. Like I said, I recommend it. Even with the issues that I'm having right now, I recommend, you know, at least checking them out. They make at bare minimum, they make a real nice yard filler for, you know, something different, you know, something cool to add to your collection. So, anywho's, that's about it for today. Just something different. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you next time.